YouTube, welcome back, and as always, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. If you haven't already, definitely go ahead and hit subscribe, especially if you're a fan of Power and anything regarding the Power universe. Now, you already see what it is, man. This is my top 5 moments from episode 6 of Raising Kanan, man. It was a crazy episode, and let's jump right into it, starting with number 5. Now, you know like I know, until that body show up, he ain't dead. Now, these are the wise words of Unique Mathis, man, and the writers are having a lot of fun toying with the Power fans, and rightfully so. As of now, Unique's body still hasn't been found, and yet everyone has written him off as dead. And don't y'all find it kind of a little overkill that every other scene is like, oh, Unique's dead, Unique's gone, Unique's dead? It's like, okay, y'all doing a little bit too much to try to convince us without that body. So y'all stay tuned, keep your eye out on that Unique missing theory, man, because it might come back and change the storyline completely. Here we go, number 4. A famous confession. Now, how you gonna kick a man out of his own house? Famous finally admits to Kanan about how the gun got in his bag, and as expected, Kanan cut off his childhood friend. I must say, that was hilarious, but it makes you ask yourself, where does Famous go from here? We can see that Famous' story will be a sad one, whether he loses his life or end up in prison. Now, after he confesses to Kanan about the gun, he then takes it to another level and goes into the studio and self-snitches about the murder of Freddie. I don't think this is gonna go over well. Y'all saw how Kanan told him to never speak of that body again, and yet he goes and puts it on record. Now, knowing Famous, we gotta admit, Famous can really rap. He can put songs together. So it's a possibility this song might be a hit. And if it's a hit, the feds might catch wind of it and tie Freddie's murder to Famous, and he ends up locked up for life. So y'all keep an eye out on Famous' story as well. On to number 3. Ronnie gets his plug. Now, after the alleged death of Unique, now we gotta say alleged because we still have no body, Ronnie goes back to Juliana to secure some keys of heroin. Did y'all notice that in this episode, Ronnie is a little bit more social? He didn't seem as awkward as he appeared before, right? Ronnie even seemed impressed with Kanan at times, walking up on him. I see you putting in that work. So you can see Ronnie is taking a liking to young Kanan. And now we're starting to transition to see Ronnie in a more leadership role. Y'all keep in mind, he's starting to be a little less awkward, right? And I'm standing 10 toes down with my prediction. Ronnie is the breezy one. All right, here we go on to number 2. The feds taking pictures. Now, the feds are onto our favorite uncle, Marv. They are tying the pieces of the murder of a snitch, Miss Tony D. They are linking the connection of her death as a result of Marco Baselli. Now, this is crucial because in the beginning of this season, the feds have been trying to tie the connection between Rock and the Italians. Now, we gotta keep it real. We all understand that Uncle Marvin's story is not gonna end well. However, I don't think I want to see him die. I would rather see him get locked up, right? Because that would then give the writer some opportunity to kind of bring some of the, Raising Kanan characters into the current timeline in book 2, or maybe possibly another spinoff. Who knows, man? I think there's a lot of material for the writers to work with, and they have a very strong and loyal and crazy fan base. So we shall see what it goes, man. But hey, y'all keep y'all prayers up for Uncle Marvin, man, because I don't know, it's not looking too good for him right now. And the obvious number 1, Uncle Lou breaks. Now, I believe Power fans seen this coming. In my opinion, I think it's about time for Lou to go. I don't see how he redeems himself from here. Now, here's the thing. I get both perspectives. Rock took advantage of a young Lou, using her big sis influence over him to get her to do things that she needs him to do. But it seems as if he's weak. He can't handle Rock's brutal honesty, and she breaks him down to depression after every conversation they have. As a result, Lou transgresses and goes on an alcohol binge. Then he sees an hallucination of Scrappy, and that was the worst thing that can happen because all it did was bring his guilt and the blood of Scrappy back onto Lou's hands. As a result, Lou tells Scrappy Mom the truth. Now shout out to the actors and actresses on this show, because the way Scrap's mom looked, hearing the news, felt so authentic. You can almost feel her pain in that scene. Now with that said, we know that she's a known snitch, so this reveal will not pan out well. Whether she gets it back in blood or let the feds handle it is not going to end well for the Thomas family. So there you have it. Those are my top 5 moments. However, I do want to give a couple honorable mentions. Now, as we know, Juke is torn between music and the military. Considering that we know how her story arc ends, it will be interesting to see how the writers illustrate her descent into the dark side. Also, I think we are primed for an introductory for a popular character. Now that Ronnie is Kanan's boss, Kanan has no time to waste and he has to get this product moved. With that said, are we getting an introduction to the young James St. Patrick? Because if you ask me, he's been in front of our faces the entire time. So there it is, y'all, my top 5 for episode 6 of Raising Kanan season 3. Leave your comments and tell me how you feeling. As always, I appreciate y'all for tapping in, and don't forget to subscribe for more power theories and concepts, man. And as always, never be afraid to reinvent yourself. I'm out.